Hi, I'm Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to September's predictive prescriptive reading for the month. And before we get going, I want to ask you a question. Do you want to spend 3 full days with me doing oracle card readings, guided vision journeys, and doing spiritual transformation experiences all from the comfort of your home? Well, we are officially 2 weeks away from my annual Oracle Palooza virtual event. It's amazing! A 3-day immersive online experience to transport you into a world of wonder, self-discovery, and personal growth through oracle cards. And it's all happening September the 15th through the 17th. Just go to oraclepalooza.com to get your tickets today. Okay, so let's start the reading. Now remember, what I do is I pull 3 cards for every week of the month. And really what I'm doing is showing you the energetic, I would say weather report, if you will, the energy weather report of that particular week. Basically, do you need an umbrella? Should you wear a raincoat? How are you going to handle the energies that really are the overarching energies that all of us are going to experience? Now, the first week, which starts in the 1st, which is a Friday, and goes to the 7th, we enter the week with this kind of extra energy that happens when we enter a retrograde phase, which, we're in Mercury retrograde. We're just about to come out of Venus retrograde. There's been a lot of regrouping and a lot of us looking at ourselves and going, okay, what could I do better? All this kind of stuff. And there's been quite a bit of fear because there's been, again, for some people, all the shoes fell from the sky represents a sense of not trusting the world, not trusting. And I say, yes, it's not the world we have to trust. It's ourselves and our relationship to spirit. And then the world is the environment in which we play in. So here, this card reminds us that the shoes already fell down and that in our universe, they're not going to fall. So if we have this attitude that we don't trust, we're going to see more reasons not to trust. We have to enter this week with the capacity to trust, the resilience that we've all been working through this summer now allows us to flow. So that's the next kind of energy here going, no. If we can trust the flow, we can. This even reminds us, don't be afraid, we can trust the flow. And here the flow is something we can't control. So we surrender to the flow and we ask out of curiosity, what does Spirit have in mind for us today? I always say stay in 24 hours. It's the best way to handle life, and not to think too far into the future. And this is saying that you'll start to see all the treasure and the gems, etc., as you flow a day at a time in that first week. We have the fuel of the week, if you will, is also gratitude. This card, When the Birds Sing Gratitude, is all about that when we come from an open-hearted place of gratitude for absolutely everything, it really does allow our sense of wonder to return to us and to actually feel hopeful for new things, right? It's just like a real sense of newness when this comes. So we're coming out of that time where it appears that things are fearful and moving more into a time of flow, a sense of gratitude. But to be reminded that if we keep fixated on this first card's energy, we're just going to keep seeing more of that. And that's just how we're built as human beings. So now let's take a look at week 2 in September. Now that's September 8th to the 14th. All the diamonds in the sky. And then If a Cat Curls Around the Moon. And then In the Middle of the Bridge. So this is an opportunity for us, right? I'm moving. I got it, Mark. It's here, right? Did I do it right?
Yeah.
My husband is looking here. Okay. So we start with all the diamonds in the sky. So if we follow the gratitude and all of a sudden we're starting to see value and we ask ourselves, what do we value? What is really important to us? Like those are the kind of questions we ask ourselves. Like to live our authentic, inspired, unique lives, we ask what is meaningful to us. And we do that on an individual level, and we do that also on behalf of everyone. What is sacred to me? And that's what this card reminds us of, is that we have potential and the concept of hope plus potential and a sense of wonder that comes to us when we actually slow down. Because if a cat curls around the moon, it reminds us about our independence, but also that intuition that we have that reminds us what is important to us here, what's really important to us, and guides us to that which is important to us. Now, the other really interesting energy for week 2 in September is this particular card called In the Middle of the Bridge. And this reminds us to avoid extremes, right? This is telling us, look, there is a level of polarization that we all admit we see everywhere, right? But our opportunity here this week in week 2 is to not participate in anything that is too polarizing and to sit back and observe. We get that from this particular card here as well too. We have this blue tiger hanging out on the moon, and the sense of the tiger is independence, but it's also observation, that, you know, the cat observes. And so this is about observing your behavior, observing, you know, other people without judgment, and choosing from a sense of what is sacred and best for me. And then how can I best serve others by, you know, staying in that middle zone in some way, which is really not that popular. Everybody wants you to be on one extreme or the other, but the real, I would say the healing is in the center of the bridge. And so it's reminding us that this week 2, stick to what you know. Remind yourself of that vision for your life that is greater than your fears. You really, really, really want to be reminded of that. And to also remind yourself of, like, what were the intentions for my life that I had set? Because you can't guide yourself by the events in the outer world. That doesn't have to dictate whether you're okay. Same thing with your past. Your past does not dictate your future unless you are asleep at the wheel. So this is a beautiful week to be reminded that, wait a second, I had intentions. I might need a little help, but that's okay. And I'm going to bring myself back to center. This is a centering week. The other thing that I want to mention with this second week, which was September 8th to the 14th, is the fact that the new moon in Virgo lands on the 14th. And the 14th, that day, is about what is sacred, right? That new moon, setting your sacred intentions for your life. What is healing for you? What about your practicality of your life? Because Virgo is all about making lists too, right? So how do you structure your life? This is the best way. That's one of the reasons I love September so much. Is because it's like, oh yeah, I can set new foundations. So on that 14th, you're thinking about the foundations that you want to set in motion. Fabulous that Oracle Palooza Virtual starts the next day. Just saying. Alrighty. Now, week 3 begins right at Oracle Palooza Virtual. I'm so excited. I'm going to pull all the cards back this time because I feel like to do that. And that is week 15 to the 21st, where we will be talking about discovering the life that you have, the vision for your life that's greater than your fears, which is lovely and fabulous and awesome. Here we go. I'm going to choose 3 cards for that week. Oh, again, flow. I kind of knew that there was going to be a repeat of a card. I felt it. Oh, wow, that's trippy. We have 3 cards exactly the same. I think I have to do that again. No? Leave it? Oh, man, that's so weird. Okay, fine. Okay, you can't make this up. You saw me do this with my hands, right? I shuffled the cards. I didn't even look at them, and I pulled them out, and I got 3 cards similar to the readings that we just had. So here's what's interesting. We've already got that vision established with ourselves, right? Week 2, and here we come in. We're in flow again. We're going to be in flow again, and we are reminded that to find ourselves in center, we have to surrender our fears. Isn't that wild? That's exactly what we're actually be talking about at Oracle Palooza Virtual. It's crazy. So we have here, again, remember the flow. If the river flows this way, we want to go where our energy flows, where our attention is. So we want to place our attention on our relationship with spirit, on being able to, be in that center, feeling centered and at peace within ourselves, not falling into any drama and getting too extreme or even paying that much attention to that, because that's all a big fat distraction. And coming back to, like, what does spirit have in mind for my destiny? My destiny. And then here it's, if I trust, I'm going to surrender my fears to the universe. Like, here you go. You take them. I can't manage all of this stuff because I am going to commit to this vision for my life that's greater than my fears. And I am going to follow with what is peaceful, right? The Way of the Peaceful Warrior was that name of that book. And I really think that that's what this is all about too. Like, what guides you? What calls you from the depth of your spirit? What can you contribute that is helpful to others? But also, like, remembering you matter. You matter. Your vision matters. The desire for your life matters. And this is the week to grab a hold of that. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the last week in September. And really what I'm doing is I'm extending the week because we're talking about it from the 22nd to the 30th. But who's counting? So the full moon in Aries is on the 29th. And that's a doozy of a full moon. I love a full moon in Aries because what it's saying is it's asking us, how do we stay independently ourselves while being in healthy relationship to other people? And what do we need to let go of in order for us to experience those healthy relationships, really good partnerships? So that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful full moon at the end of September that guides us into October, which you'll hear about next month. And let's take a look at that week. Oh, here we go again. All the diamonds in the sky. Like, this is wild. Oh, this is a good one. Well, they're all good. I'm just like, let your dreams be woven true. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so if we have been focused on maintaining and developing our conscious contact to our higher power, we're connecting with people in community, we're doing all the things that we need to do to stay in alignment with our highest good, also committing to the vision for our life greater than our fears. There are all the diamonds in the sky card again, which is about knowing your vision, recognizing there's something more. Even if you don't know what it 100% looks like, you know what it feels like. You know there is more, right? And that's what this is saying. And there's value in that. And then it says, let your dreams be woven true. This card is all about surrendering your dreams, the essence of your desires, what you know you're destined for, hand it over to the universe as your partner. You know, you have a partnership with spirit. It is always active. It's the human being that forgets it. We cut ourselves off from the partnership with spirit because you don't trust it. We don't trust it. So here it's saying, trust me, is what the universe is saying. Trust me, trust me. And the image of the dream weavers, which are, you know, really mythological creatures of that surrender, trusting that there are forces helping us in this world. So let your dreams be woven true. Allow them to be true. Don't fight your success. Don't fight your happiness and your joy. And don't fight the treasures hidden in the shadows either, because all of it is important. And here it is. Watch for the signs. Could it be a dragonfly? And that dragonfly symbol is about recognizing that spirit uses the outer world as our oracle. We actually teach that in Oracle School, where we talk about looking at the entire world as an oracle and how the universe actually communicates directly to us through signs and symbols and all kinds of stuff in the outer world where most people are blind to it, but we start a conversation. Anyway, you can do that too. So recognize, do you have certain signs that are meaningful to you? Are you paying attention? Follow the crumbs, follow the signs. You cannot go wrong if you are surrendering your will and your life over to the care of spirit and trusting that you are going to be guided one day at a time to do what you need to do in order for you to live that life, the happy, joyous, free, having that vision again for your life greater than your fears, when you are not only feeling authentic and meaningful, but you know that your purpose is being fulfilled. And that's what this is all about. What a great month. All right, don't forget, spend 3 full days with me. I know you want to. Oracle card readings, guided vision journeys, and spiritual transformation experiences, all from the comfort of your home. Some people come in their pajamas. Anyway, we are officially 2 weeks away from my annual Oracle Palooza virtual event. Oh my gosh, it is like so cool. It's a 3-day immersive online experience to transport you into a world of wonder, self-discovery, and personal growth through Oracle cards. And it's all happening September 15th to the 17th. So go to oraclepalooza.com to get your tickets today. See you there.